Kill the lights and you can see me by the way that I feel. Ooh, child. I hate how this background makes my hair look a lot shorter than it is. I got bundles. Hey, y'all. Excuse my hair. Do y'all remember that little black girl that selling lip gloss? I follow her on Instagram because she's hilarious. And she doesn't mean to be. She just has old parents. So she just talks like a grown woman. And she's always like, hey, y'all. That's how she starts every video. Hey, y'all. Excuse my hair. Excuse my hair. I got to wash it. I hate this. Anybody who has natural hair knows this is the worst time. The worst time, but it will get washed tonight. I'm trying Carol Starter for the first time. Wish your girl luck. Hey, y'all. Hey. Look what we're back to doing again. Pray for me. Pray for me. I'm back at it. I'm back at it. This is apple juice, green apple, celery, spinach, kale, and cucumber. I'm back at it. Oh, the beet juice thought it had me. It thought it had me, but I'm not done. And I'll be back. I've learned that you cannot drink as much beet juice as I drink. You have to drink it as a shot. I've learned. I over detoxified my body. Now my body is back and we're going to detoxify properly. We're back. We're back. Listen, I am Awesome Productions. I'm not giving up. I was doing so well and then that beet juice incident. I haven't had juice since. Today is my first day back. Oh no, this one I love. This is a good combination. I actually get this from Costco. Costco sells like this big green juice. Is it called Suja? That's where I get it from. But it's like extra large and it lasts me for like almost a week. Erica, we all think he picked Rachel. We all think he picked Rachel. Can I tell you something? This show, what a tone-deaf show. This was, wow. This was a lot. This was a lot, Bachelor. I mean, why did y'all even do this to yourselves? Y'all didn't even have to do this. I told y'all to just pick white people. We will still tune in. If y'all kept the Bachelor white, we would not be here. We would not be here. And I'm not saying that they have to keep it, that they need it. What the hell is going on over here? What the hell is stopping you from moving? Sorry, I'm a one-woman show. I'm not saying that they have to keep it white because white is right. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, right? I'm saying that they need to keep the Bachelor white because that's the only community they know how to handle properly. Do they do the women dirty too? I don't know, but I just feel like they just made so many obvious mistakes that would not have happened had they had somebody who is of color, even Black. Like if you're going to have a Black lead, you need to have Black people in production. Why didn't that happen? So keep the Bachelor white. Anyway, let's get into it. Since we're already here, since we're already talking about it. Oh, thank you, Cassandra. Thank you. Ciao. Yeah, he definitely picked Rachel. They're going to do some kind of twist tomorrow, not next week. We will see. Anyway, let's go. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? What's up, moderators? What's up, Shonda and Black Lavender? Give some shout outs to my moderators. They help keep this channel going. Thank you. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. We got a Philly fam in the room. What's up, Yvette? Come on in the room. Hey, Christina. Come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about because now Matt is embarrassed. He's embarrassed that he put his daddy out there on Front Street and now he's regretting everything. I feel bad for you, dude, but you damn near 30. You know not to embarrass your father like that on national TV. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. What's up, Boogie? Come on in the room. Come on, come on, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. Because how you gonna give Sundown Town Rachel fireworks right before this man sleep with her and make us believe that she's not gonna win this damn show? The devil is a what? Liar. Let's speed it up. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got that guy. We got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Come on. Hallelujah. Give God a shabak in this place. Y'all can tell how I was raised. Okay. Okay. Hey, Cordelia. Pepe said, I'm sitting here dancing. Like, I could never, like, actually make that, like, my official theme song. I'm, currently thinking of theme songs right now because I could never. The Georgia Mass Choir will sue the hell out of me. And they will have every, you know what do Christians sue people? I heard we don't do that, but I heard we don't do it, but a lot of us do it. Anyway, it just wouldn't be right. I know some of you guys are talking about the spoiler for the twist that's out that we've all heard about. However, let's keep spoilers out of the chat just in case some people do not know. For one, I know Reality Steve is your boy. And I know that sometimes he's been right on stuff, but I just take everything he says with a grain of salt. No shade, because he's not the end all be all. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the final voice on The Bachelor or Bachelorette. Whoever the source is that is leaking him information, I'm just like, I don't know how that show lets that stuff get out. I really do not know how they allow that stuff to get out. Either they're working with him or there's like somebody high up who is giving this man information. I mean, either way it could work, right? Because this helps people who bet on shows and stuff like that. There are a lot of people, especially if you go in Vegas, they will bet on anything. So that probably helps that market, but I don't really rely on him or like any of the, I guess, gossip blogs or whatever about these shows, because you really don't know. You really don't know. And having worked with somebody who works in like this reality TV realm, a lot of stuff is sometimes just leaked just to get you talking about the show. And a lot of it is not true. You know what I mean? But they want you to come expecting this. So I heard about the twist. Not sure if I believe it. If it happens, not sure if I really be interested in it. To be quite honest with you, I'm kind of done with The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Especially if they don't pick who I think they should pick. I told y'all I wanted to either be Bree or Abigail. Y'all know Abigail has been my pick since day one. If it's not those two, I just don't really want to. There's nobody no shade, right? I'm not shading anybody else on the show. But for me, I just don't find anybody else interesting for me to want to tune in for like 12 weeks of their journey. I just don't know. Again, I could change my mind if the men are interesting. If not, I don't care. There's far too much going on in the world. And this is the thing. I'm telling you, I'm going to make a killing as a producer. I'm telling you that right now. I'm actually working with somebody in that field, and I'm basically apprenticing them. So I'm getting training in that and how to because I know how to produce, but I come from the theater realm, right? So I produce and direct in the theater realm. So I'm trying to change that to film and TV. But baby, once I get confident in production and directing for film and TV, oh, it's lights. It's lights. Because here's the thing, right? Let me put my producer hat on. Excuse me. NikkiStar TV Productions. Why in the hell, with everybody getting their vaccine, some of us have been forced in the house for over a year now. You really want us to take time, especially when the weather is getting better. out of our time out in them streets, thotting, hoeing, fighting, scamming, brunching, drinking, just having unadulterated fun, because we're going to be a mess when we can finally get out in them streets. We've been on lockdown. We have been imprisoned for over 365 days. You want us to take time out of that to come and sit our behinds, our feisty, antsy behinds in our seats, in our living room, wherever we're watching this, for 2 freaking hours for some boring bachelorette? You are out of your damn mind. You are out of your damn mind. When we can finally get out and be safe, you think we're going to want to watch this show? Oh, y'all got to give us something. Y'all going to have to give us bachelorettes battling each other. We're going to have to see some hair pulling. We're going to have to see weaves being pulled out of people's scalp. We're going to have to see more than drinks. We're going to need these girls to start throwing Coke 45 bottles. If you really want me inside for 2 hours to watch your freaking show, you going to give me somebody dry? Okay, it's your show. You must not like money. Because I like money. I don't love it. I don't love it, Lord, because the love of money is the root of all evil. The devil is a liar. I like it because, I like a comfortable life. But I'm just like, why don't y'all think about this? Y'all have to fight against outside. That's what you have to fight against. So y'all got to give us somebody that will want us, especially on a Monday night, right? Because Monday is like the beginning of the week. But you have to think about a Monday night after this pandemic. We are going to be a mess in them streets for a while. So I'm not trying to sit and watch TV. I'm probably trying to hit up TGI Fridays or Applebee's. What's up, Philly? Because that was a spy. You know what I mean? For happy hour or something. Like, I'm not trying to be inside watching TV for 2 hours. I've done that for over a year. I'm sick of it. Give me a reason. You know what I mean? I'd be like, girl, I know we're about to go out for drinks tonight, but I can't be out there long because I got we have a deaf bachelorette and she got all kinds of men on that show and I cannot wait to see her fall in love. That's what would get me there. But if you're just going to give me some boring chick whose name I can't remember from the Bachelor season, I'm good. Y'all have to fight against that. And they're not thinking about it. They're just like, oh my goodness, who is this? Did she bring a dildo? Like, y'all not thinking that you have to be that interesting with your season, that people who have not been able to see other people, travel, like just live outside of their apartment or home, you have to give them something to make them want to elongate this process that they've been in for, over a year. If y'all not doing that, why are we going to be bothered? They don't like money. They don't like money. And their ratings are going to flop and they're going to blame the blacks. They're going to be like, oh, our ratings haven't been the same since Rachel. And they were going down when she was on there. And they went down even more with Matt. Your ratings kept on going down because the show has been insensitive and tone deaf. That's why. Every time you get a black bachelor or bachelorette, it's a racism issue on the season. Something wrong with the show. There's a sickness in that show that y'all have to fix. But it's going to be our fault. I promise you. I promise you it's going to be the black people's fault and not the fact that they are not tuning into the audience. They never tune in to their bread and butter. It's on them. KT said KT said, I was bored with Matt's season. The outside drama of the show was better. See? Christina, absolutely. Christina said, at least give us Bachelor in Paradise. That's the show we want. Give us Bachelor in Paradise and make it longer. Y'all give us like 3 weeks of Bachelor in Paradise. What the hell is that? That's your best show. And y'all give us the least amount of time with that. They don't like money. They don't like money. I think they have made so much money on this show. They are just comfortable. But baby, you want to get uncomfortable. You want to get uncomfortable because there's going to be somebody who's going to come up with a similar show and they're going to take your audience. Thank you. Earth Kiss said, child, Drake talking about turning up in a club on a Tuesday when the pandemic is over. I'm throwing it down on a Monday. Listen, I'm going to be in them streets. I'm going to find reasons to be dipping it and doing it. Even if I'm just going to the market, baby, I'm going to the market dressed down. Y'all don't know what we about to do when we can finally be out. And you want me to stay home and watch this show? You want me to watch Heather? I'm not saying that it's Heather. I'm just, using her as an example. But you want me to watch Heather drive up in a minivan and, dress down these men and see who she's going to fall in love with and marry? Me? Okay, have fun with that. Have fun with that. I hope you got enough preteen evangelical viewers who are going to hold this show down, because it won't be me. You got to compete with that. And it's not just The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. All of these shows have to compete with that. All of them. Because now you have a driving force, which is outside, because we never thought that would be taken from us. Now that it's, has been taken, it's a possibility it could be taken again. People are going to eat outside up. And I'm speaking as an introvert. You ain't never going to see me in. All my lives are going to be outside. I'll be like, oh my goodness, guys, it's probably too loud. I'm so sorry. Put in your headphones. Listen, I'm coming live to you from another mall. I'm actually at Disney. I know last week I was at Great Adventures, but today I'm at Disney. Girl, I'm going to be in them streets. Oh, we got a super chat from who? Hey, Kamaya. Kamaya said, hi, Nikki. I hope your week is going well. What are we talking about? We're talking about all things Bachelor Nation. Thank you so much for the super chat, Kamaya. Right now, I'm talking about that. We're not talking about the spoiler. We're not naming it, but we are talking about this spoiler that could probably come that this twist that may happen next week. I've heard about it. I'm not invested in it. I just think it's not smart, because I think they're going to pick a bachelorette that is just not interesting. I already said, for me, my number one pick has always been Abigail. I think her story is endearing. I think her story is current, present, now. We need this kind of representation. We need this story on The Bachelorette, but I don't think they're going to go with her. I think they may go another way. The other way that I would want them to go is Bree, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I think they're not going that route as well. So unfortunately for me, it's just not interesting enough for me to stick around. I mean, I've heard who they might use. Okay. Well, have fun. Have fun. Because again, like what I'm saying, you have to compete with outside. Guys, I plan on traveling. I'm taking my laptop with me, so y'all will go with me, but I'm just not going to be planning my life, my free. I'm going to be free. I'm not going to be planning my free life around The Bachelorette, especially if it's somebody who I just do not think is like interesting. And interesting in the point, I'm talking about TV, not talking about their everyday lives, but I'm just saying, if you were boring as an ensemble cast member, why would you make them the freaking lead? We need more diversity as in culture, as in culture on the show. We also need more women. I just don't think there's enough women on The Bachelor. I really, really do. Or The Bachelorette. I just think they need more young women. I'm speaking like millennials. Y'all need zennials. These are the people who are going to take your show to the next level, right? Because we are the streaming service generation, right? Millennials are in between. We still do our TV, but we have streaming service. We're a mixture. Zennials are more streaming service, right? You guys have to make people want to watch this stuff, especially on the go. You have to make me want to open up my laptop or, open up my iPhone while I'm on the train for my 1-hour commute to my job. You have to make me want to do that. If not, I'm just going to TikTok and zone out, right? You have to compete with that. Y'all are giving like boring people lead roles on a 2-hour-a-week TV show. That worked in 1930 when women were boring. They were beat to be boring. You know what I mean? Where they could not be anything else. Ain't nobody buying that kind of chick today. It's just not happening. Hey, Marcia, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. So that's my 2 cents on the spoiler. If they can't, like, why? Why would I waste my time? I'm going to be Outback, Ruby Tuesday. I don't know where I'm going to be, but I'm going to be out. I might be out at Ross or more. Ross. Have I grown from Ross? No, they got some cute slippers, and you can get a good pillow out of Ross. No, I haven't grown out of Ross home. I've grown out of the Ross clothing. What else I used to get from Ross? Girl, I used to be a Ross costume jewelry hoe. I have since grown. But, you know, I don't know where I'm going to be. I may be at a TJ Maxx in Santa Monica. I don't know. But I'm going to be in the streets. I'm going to be in the streets. I might just attend one of them trivia nights at a bar. Listen, I haven't done it before, but I'm going to do it now because now it was taken away from me for a freaking year. Now I want to know what it's like. Ciao. Anyway, I got a super chat from Kimberly. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly said, no shade, but all shade. What about smart thinking women in these shows? I'm just saying. Thank you so much for the super chat, Kimberly. Who knows? Like, who they picked, or it's rumored by Reality See that they picked. All right, have fun. Oh, Nelly said Emmanuel looked great in that teaser. He's a cute guy. I wonder what happened. Remember, he was engaged to what's her name from Insecure? Orgy, Yvonne Origin. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The best friend that gets on everybody's nerves, to Issa's character. He used to be engaged to her. I don't know what happened. She probably got sick of them conversations with a black man. She probably was like, okay, honey. Ray said, well, the twist Reality Steve said is going to make it kind of interesting. This is the thing. The twist is very interesting, right? But if the characters are boring, what I'm trying to explain to you guys is we have had a whole year of life taken from us. I just don't think that once we get that opportunity to go out there and experience the world again, a world that we took for granted, I just don't think we're going to plan our days around this show with what they have picked. TV is going to have a really hard time getting the audience back for a while. Not saying that TV is going to suffer all the way around, but for a while, they're going to have a really hard time getting the audience back, especially for these evening shows. It's going to be really, really hard to draw those people in for a while. So you have to do something to maintain that audience, even when the culture changes, right? But I just don't see that happening. I really, really don't. Thank you. Jutley said, I turned 21 in the pandemic. I want a do-over. I told y'all, I'm having my birthday. I was born in December. Oh, I'm having a birthday party when we're able to get out. Even if it's not December. I lost that. I want that. I'm having that. I don't care what day it is. It's going to be a birthday party for me. Period. I'm doing all the stuff that I wanted to do, but was not able to do. Because when you lose that time, you start thinking, you know what? I don't know if this is going to come around again, so let me just do it. I've always wanted to take a little trip to Napa. But I was just like, I can do it then, maybe a little later. But after this whole thing, I'm like, oh, as soon as I can get to Napa, I'm getting to Napa. Because I always thought I would be able to do it. I always thought the opportunity would be there. I'm not messing around or waiting around for anything anymore, because if 2020 has taught me anything, it has taught me you better get it while you can still get it, because it may not be here when you come back around for it. And that's very true. It's true of opportunities and people's lives. Girl, so I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe if the men are interesting, if this is the actual pick, you know, if the men are interesting, maybe. If not, no, we're going to find another show to chat about. Wait a minute, Yolanda. This is about Yvonne Orgy, who is the friend that get on everybody's nerves on Insecure. Yolande said, from what I heard in a clubhouse room, they broke up because she did not want to have sex with him. She is a virgin and she is waiting until she is married. That's why Emmanuel did not marry her, basically. Or want to be in a relationship with her. I can see that happening, but he gives me, I don't know. From what I felt like they were good. I felt like they were good because they were engaged. They were engaged, so I felt like they were a good pick. I felt like he would be that kind of guy who would wait, even at his big age. I get that. That's what, I don't know. So I don't know how true that is because he gives me that. He gives me that he would be okay with that, with waiting for a while. I mean, listen, you can't like rub it until, you know what? I'm gonna mind my business. But I just feel like, once y'all engaged, there's stuff you can do if you, still want to preserve the cookie for the wedding night. But, when you get to a certain age, I think God understands. Christian girls, I think God understands. Anyway, let's move on to a different subject. We're going to go in first. Who do I want to end it with? We're going to start light. And wait, before I start, I want to acknowledge this super chat. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly said, listen, TV don't like risk. We are tired of the foolishness, procedural dramas, and anything Shondaland will rule post-pandemic. True. Very, very true. Shondaland about to take over Netflix. She got a couple shows coming up that look real interesting. So that's the thing. Streaming services are going to do fine. It's network and like cable TV that I just feel like y'all got to start taking some risks like these streaming services. Like, to be quite honest with you, to compete with outside, I would either do Abigail or I would pull a bachelorette from like past seasons who is, if not bisexual, is like out as a lesbian. I know there's somebody within that family. I will pull that because people going to tune in for that. You know what I mean? I may be out in the streets, but while I'm waiting for one of my girlfriends to show up to happy hour, I'm going to be watching this season. I'm like, oh my gosh, who was the? Oh, she got women on here. You know what I mean? They don't like money, like I said. They don't like money from what I said. Yeah, Irene, I'm out in them streets. I'm out in them international streets. Baby, I'm all over. But guys, you have to realize that what Reality Steve is saying is a guesstimation of some tea that he got. We don't know if it's the truth. We really, really don't know. So I wouldn't spread that too much. Matt is definitely going to be on Dancing with the Stars. Oh, Law and Order SVU ain't never going nowhere. I would love a job like that. Law and Order SVU or like NCIS. My friend is on NCIS. I said, girl, you better go. You are going to have checks on checks on checks for the rest of your damn life. Child, Shadia M said, lesbian, you want the core Bachelor Nation to burn down America today? What, like, can you piss them off anymore? Like, they're already angry. They're probably going to hate watch this show. I'm telling you, they have all said they're not going to watch the show every season. They come back every season. I wouldn't care about that. That's why Matt is going to be good on Dancing with the Stars, because he can't dance. So it's going to be good. Anyway, I want to start off light, talking about Rachel coming back to Instagram. Then we're going to go into Matt's uncomfortable conversation with his father that he now regrets. And then we will end with that Chris Harrison interview. Ciao. So let's get to Rachel. Our girl, Rachel Lindsay, she returned back to Instagram 4 days ago with this caption. I want to be like a sunflower so that even on the darkest days, I will stand and find the sunlight. I don't know what that means. I've been trying. I have been trying to figure out what that means. I guess she's trying to say, even when it's dark, hold on. Let me read this again. I want to be like a sunflower so that even on the darkest days, I will stand tall and find the light. So maybe that means that I will stand, I want to be like a sunflower. I want to be like a sunflower. So even on my darkest days, I will stand tall and find the light. So it's dark, but I'm standing tall and I'm finding the light. Because the darkness is racism and haters and people being mean and negativity. And even during that negativity, I'm standing tall. Okay. I'm rising above it. And I'm looking at the good. Okay. I'm looking at the goodness of the world. Okay. Okay, girl. Because I was contemplating and pontificating on that for a while. And I couldn't get it. I was like, I want to be like a sunflower. And then I started going to sunflower seeds because that means that you can glean off of me because a sunflower bakes sunflower seeds and people eat the sunflower seeds. So I was thinking that Bachelor Nation was eating the sunflower seeds from Rachel the sunflower. And the light was the wisdom that Rachel was feeding Bachelor Nation. But I was like, I feel like that's too deep. And I don't think that that's where Rachel was going. Or was it? Anyway, that was her caption 4 days ago. I'm sorry, y'all, but the thing is, I was trying to get it before I got on here with y'all. And when I was reading it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't know. But she's a sunflower standing tall. She's finding the goodness and the light amongst the negativity. She's not focusing on that. She's focusing on the good. That's what I think. Or like I said, it could be her being a sunflower and they're eating the sunflower seeds of her wisdom. Okay, so she returns to Instagram with that. And I will say this, right? Because I checked her comments. And either she's deleting comments or certain people are blocked. No, she has like almost 4,000 comments. A lot of them are good. No, I'm not going to say a lot. The majority of them that I have seen are good. Nobody is saying anything negative. Oh, Dr. Michelle Caraballo. Child, because I thought this was going to go way wrong. But she said something really nice. In my life, I've never commented on anyone's page from Bachelor Nation. I have better things to do and better ways to spend my time than to talk about people I see on TV. Well, who died and made you the Lord? Anyway, but you need to hear from more people who love you. So here I am. And you may not ever read this, but in case you do, you are the biggest inspiration to me. This white girl from Dallas. Okay. I admire you and have learned from you. I have much more to learn, to be anti-racist, but I'm here for the work and you are helping me grow. Thank you for being you. That was sweet, Dr. Michelle Carabello, until you started shading people, shading reviewers. Who are you? Who are you? But that was sweet. But like, what I'm trying to say is all of her comments are really positive. I think okay. I started reading too deep. I think what happens, and this happens all the time, right? Evil is always loud. Evil is always loud. One thing, tell you, I've had a lot of talks with my mom. But one thing she said that always stood out to me as a kid, and it helped me. It really, really helped me in just in your relationships and, being able to deal with the negativity that comes from people. She said to me that the devil does not like to be hidden. His biggest issue was not being recognized. So when people are like negative people who spew hate, that's that evil in them that needs to be recognized. Like they want to be seen. That's why they're not quiet about it. So they'll say these things, they'll do these things, they'll make sure that their darkness is front and center, right? So that's why it always seems like the majority of the world is really, really bad when it's actually not that. Unfortunately, Good is very quiet. Evil is very loud. So I think that the quiet good is now like oversaturating her comment section because they want her to know, like, listen, I'm supporting you, but I just don't, go on people's, I don't do that either. I don't really go on people's Instagram pages that I don't know and like write anything under their page. I may like something, but who really takes the time out to do that unless you feel like there's a need, right? So the small but loud evil will do that because they want to get a reaction out of you because your response is what they want because they're craving that attention. They want to see that they have harmed you. So like again, I said, I think the quiet good is oversaturating her comments to let her know that they're there, they've been there, but they're just not as loud as evil. And it has to be the opposite good. It just has to be the opposite. So when, evil starts flapping their gums, good, you just got to get louder. You just got to get louder. I will say that hold on, I got a super chat. I got a super chat from Robin. Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you. Who are you? Love by You said, who are you? Ooh, trigger. Yeah, he had a whole issue with that. JB says what? I think the shade was to miserable people who leave nasty comments, not actual reviewers. Oh no, I was just joking. Because I was reading it and I was like, oh, now why am I in it? It was just a joke. I don't know, Dr. Carabello. I was just joking. If you're, oh my God, are you in here, girl? If you watch me, oh sis, I'm just joking. Anyway, I do want to mention this one comment that like, we just have to address this, right? So Sulawing 19558 said, Rachel, I have had some time to reflect and a long talk with my beautiful Black girlfriend who I cherish. I didn't understand what white privilege meant. Is she laying down with you? Okay. She explained it to me. I want you to know that I will try to explain to my white culture that having white privilege doesn't mean Black people hate us. Oh, girl. Oh, Black girlfriend. Oh, Black girlfriend. This has been a big misconception. I believe that we can all do better at understanding each other. I am truly sorry for not understanding until now. Don't get discouraged. Change can begin with me, the next person, and the next. This is so encouraging, right? I love that they wrote that they just now get it. My only issue was not to him, right? Because you don't have to, you got to learn white privilege and the abuse that it. Oh, it is somebody's child. It's too many damn birthdays in March. Anyway, you do have to understand white privilege and what it does to people who do not fall under that spectrum, right? My issue is with the Black girlfriend. Girl, Black people, Black women, you cannot be laying down with these non-Black men who don't understand their privilege. Seriously, ma'am, before you start bumping and grinding, unless it's like, you just got to get a little bit, you know what I mean? Unless it's something like that, but you're in a whole relationship and this man just said that he just found out what white privilege is. Girl, he was all up in your guts and he just understood what white privilege is. No. This goes for my people. Y'all have to stop doing that because look at Matt James. Now he's in a situation because he don't know nothing about this woman and where she stands. I just feel like I'm going to speak for my people, as a Black person, if you are going to, step outside of the tribe, you need to step outside of the tribe with somebody who has knowledge and understanding of your pain and what you are going to be dealing with by being with them as a Black person. Y'all can't bang them first and get them to understand later. What the hell is that? But I'm so glad that, he has learned from his beautiful Black girlfriend. All I have to say is, like, the first day that y'all get drinks, y'all need to start talking about Black Lives Matter. Period. Anyway, we got a super chat from who? Masanje. Hey, Masanje said, caught yesterday's live and today. Your joy and laughter are infectious. When you said you're living like Michael. All the cash apps are done. I forgot about that. Thank you, Masanje. I forgot about that. I actually am. I'm Michael. Oh my God. JB says, what said, I feel uncomfortable as a Black man when it comes to dating. I'm not your fetish and will not educate you. Listen, that's why I just feel like we know, right? You know when you are, I'm speaking to my people, you know when you are with someone who just wants to be with you for what they think about your people, right? But then you know when it's somebody who is like really into you for just who you are. I just brought up that statement because I just far too often, especially my people, we enter in relationships with people who are not of the tribe. And later in the relationship, we have these conversations. No, they said I was offline. Child, did that man find my chat and try to shut me down? Sir, I'm not hating on you. I'm talking about your girlfriend. Anyway, let me move on. But, I just feel like you have to have those conversations. And I think maybe, you probably don't want to have the conversation because you like the person and you don't want the person to not want to be with you. Get the hell out of here with that. You better have that conversation. Have that conversation off grip. You need to be having conversations about race relations. You need to be having conversations about politics. You need to be having conversations about the LGBTQ community. I always throw out something like that. Listen, as a straight woman, you got to throw that out with these men. You have to throw that out and just see where they stand. Just make up something. When I'm able to date again, I'll just be on the phone and be like, oh my goodness, I never check my phone. But I just received this beautiful message from the trans right community. They actually want me to come to their event. They're doing a parade for trans lives, and the whole theme is Trans Lives Matter. Girl, what is his reaction? What is he going to say? Is he going to say, oh, cool, that's awesome? Okay. That's awesome. All right. You know what I mean? But if he gives a reaction like, what? Man, that's sick. Okay. You know what you're going to do. You know what you're going to do. But you have to do that with these straight men. Society don't raise them well. Society don't raise them well, and they expect nothing from them. So you have to have these conversations now. Please do not be that woman who is just like, I'm teaching my husband how to, accept LGBTQ people. And, I'm teaching him about gay rights. And it's a really long process. Girl, he was homophobic when y'all was dating and you knew it. Get the questions in early so you don't have to waste your time or waste your womb. Period. Anyway, I got a super chat from Monique. Hey, Monique. Monique said, Reality Steve, drop some tea. We talked about it. We will get a bachelorette that we want. Okay. I'm not going to say the spoiler because some people don't know, but I ain't want her. But, good for her. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Monique Johnson. And I'm on his page. Where's your beautiful Black girlfriend? I feel like you lying, sir. Anyway. Oh, but I want to show this picture of Rachel. How cute. How cute. The wigs have gotten better. You see what money will do? You see what money will do? I don't know what I'm going to look like when I get my Hollywood coin. Oh my God, Naomi Campbell. You better watch out. But she looks cute. She looks really cute. Let's get into Matt being uncomfortable. Let's get into Matt being uncomfortable. Oh, hold on. Let me get y'all comments on this. Earth Kiss said Becca Cuffrin has left the chat. Like, well, y'all gotta ask these conversations early, please. Don't waste your time. And then you gotta be in a situation where you can't bring your man around your friends because you know how he feels about gay people. We still there? We still being that kind of woman in 2021? At your big age? Girl. So yeah, let me tell you something. I always throw something in like that. I will always throw something in about the gay community, the trans community. Baby, especially, now you got to throw in something about Kamala Harris. Just like a woman in leadership, oh my goodness, we got a new female Army general. That's so amazing. Let you know who you dealing with real quick. Real quick. Miss Brown Sugar said, Nikki, the struggle is real on finding non-queer phobic straight men. The number of dudes I have to cut off because I wasn't about to have them disrespecting my friends. It's sad, but you got to do what you got to do. I told you about that guy who I was just, that was my dude. And I didn't ask the questions. I didn't ask the questions because you just, to be honest with you, it's not that I didn't want to ask because I didn't want to know the answer. I just didn't think that people from my generation was like that because, you know, my experience was a little clouded because I went to performing arts high school. I had gay best friends since I was like 14 years old. Okay. We were having parades. The kids were out. Okay. We were out. Okay. We were having like coming out of the closet days at school at 14. So that was like my experience, right? But I did go to a very homophobic church at that time as well. So that my schooling, especially my high school, was helping me do a lot of unlearning, right? So when I got of age, I don't know, I just didn't think that we were like that. I just really didn't until I was like on a date, like we were on like our fourth date or whatever. But at that time it was like a formal date, but at that time we had already been like, you know, we was together, okay? And he made that comment about Mexican people. And I was just like, how the hell did I miss this? Because it happens. It really happens. Now I won't miss it again. Oh, I'm asking questions. Oh God. We're finally easing up on the border laws. Oh yeah, now we're going to make it safe for people to come here and have a better life in America. Isn't that great? Ask the questions right off the bat. I don't care if he's cute. I don't care. I know. I've been there. I know. Oh, Shadia, thank you, sis. Shadia gave your girl a super chat. She said, Nikki, the comment was a woman. Her name is Sue. She meant like girlfriend. Oh! Thank you, Shadia. Why did she say it like that? My beautiful black girlfriend. Why did she say it like that? Do I say my beautiful white girlfriend? No. Oh, you know what? Thank you, Shadia. Shadia then cleared it up. I didn't give y'all a whole sermon and I was wrong. I knew, you know what? This is the thing, right? He looked, the guy who, I'm sorry, Sue, I thought you were a man. And in the pictures that I saw, you looked a little, your shoulders, Jesus, let me back out of there. The shoulders threw me off. But thank you so much, Shadi. Let me move on. Let's, child, I done gave y'all a word and I was wrong. Yolanda said the sermon need to be said. True. Donna said, I did the same thing with a guy I dated in my 20s. He made a horrible comment about Mexican people and I almost kicked him out of the car. I never talked to him again. Ciao. It happens. It happened. Christine, see what? Oh my, listen, we are sharing nightmare tales with men. We could be here all night. But let's move on to Matt James being uncomfortable about that conversation that he had with his dad on TV. Oh, hold on. Did I get another super chat? Robin! Oh, Matthew 5:14-16. Okay, Robin, let me see, because y'all know I got my Bible app. It's not a game. I remember the first time I took my Bible app out in church, my mom was so embarrassed. Now she has one. You want to carry that big Bible around everywhere. Matthew what? Oh, I don't want it in video format. Oh, they done updated this. Oh. Matthew, let's look at Matthew. Matthew what? Matthew 5. Matthew 5. Is this 14? 14 through 16. Oh, Lord. Robin, this better not be a curse. Robin said, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Okay. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine. I knew it was this one. Before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Is this about me or Rachel? I'll take it. Thank you, Robin, for the super chat and the scripture. That was sweet. Thank you. Somebody said, ooh, Bible study. I love y'all. Okay. So I told y'all, if y'all watching my Bachelor live yesterday, you know, like I opened up with that, with being very uncomfortable with the conversation that Matt had with his dad. I just felt like this was not the show to do it. This was not the platform. And this was not the conversation to have with your father on national TV without him knowing. Like, you ambushed your father with this. It was not smart. It was not smart. And it was not kind to do to your father. I could not get with it. I don't think that he needs to not have that conversation with his dad. The Bachelor platform was not the place to do it. So anyway, he talks about that now because he deeply regrets it. Here is what he had to say. I'm reading from the Hollywood Reporter. Oh, he actually said it on his social media. Hold on, because the Hollywood Reporter be A and stuff. Let me go to his Instagram. Matt James 919. I am here for the beard. Oh, was it it was probably in his story. It was probably in his story. Let me see. No, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go read it from the long-winded Hollywood Reporter. He said, tonight's convo, he was speaking about yesterday. It was probably in a story. Tonight's convo with my dad was hard to experience. Oh, he wrote on Twitter. And it's hard to watch as well all this time later, especially knowing the world is watching with me. I just wanted to say that too often we see dangerous stereotypes and negative depictions of Black fathers in media, and they have consequences when presented without context. All I hope is that people watch that conversation with nuance, care, and also an understanding that there are several systemic issues, come on, at play. I'm so proud of myself for being vulnerable, and I am proud of my mother. I wouldn't be who I am without my dad, and that's a fact. This is cute, right? This is a cute statement. That should have been on the show, because not everybody watching the show, I'm not even following you on Twitter, it's going to get that message. The only reason why I got that is because Apple News knows my search history, so they sent me that update. But that conversation, what you are saying, should have been said during that meeting with your father, because all people have is that. That's what you put on TV. And that is the initial idea that they have of that conversation with your father. Yeah, it's a great statement, right? I'm glad he said it. It sounds like he does have some regret for doing that to his dad, but that should have been on the show. I feel like the same platform that you use to ambush and embarrass him and drag him, that same platform should have been used to clarify and uplift him. That's just me. Let's read on, because then Rachel gets in it. Rachel, who is the sunflower, giving more of her sunflower seeds. So we get into... Oh, okay. So let's get into Rachel Lindsay. So in this interview, article, they talk about, when Matt was saying, when I needed you, you weren't there, to his father, and crying. Rachel chimed in and she said that it was an uncomfortable conversation. She said that Rachel said that James was uncomfortable with the conversation airing, particularly given the current controversy swirling around the franchise about systemic racial problems. Rachel then says, I know for a fact Matt was uncomfortable with this conversation and the fact that it was going to be aired, said Lindsay on her podcast with host on the Ringers podcast with host Juliet Littman. Lindsay, who also co-hosts the podcast The Ringer and Bachelor Happy Hour, said she was so enraged over the perpetuation of stereotypes in the Black community that she reached out to Littman to discuss the episode. Their conversation posted late Monday night. We're talking about certain stereotypes that have been perpetuated in society when it comes to Black men, and The Bachelor put it front and center in the worst way tonight. In his Twitter thread, James had shared a resource from Social Justice Communication Lab, The Opportunity Agenda, in the piece titled Media Portrayals and Black Males' Outcomes, which explores links between representation of Black men in media and public bias. In her discussion with Littman, Lindsay explained why the scene between Matt James and his father was one that should have never aired to America for America to see on a franchise. She added that is not equipped. Did not say that about her season. They were not equipped to have this conversation, not equipped to have conversations about Black absentee fathers. If you know anything about stereotypes that are assigned to particular races, here, the Black race, you know that absentee fathers is a stereotype, Lindsay said. The stereotype of Black fathers being absent and Black children being fatherless is deeply rooted in American society, and the fact that we don't know much about Matt, but what we do know is that he fits into one of these stereotypes that we have for Black people who assume certain things about the Black family. And now we meet his father for the first time, and him and Matt are having a full out argument about how he wasn't around. Come on, Rachel. She continued, this conversation may have been necessary for Matt, but this was a conversation that should have just been for Matt, not for the rest of the world to see. And it shows that you do not care about your contestants, specifically ones of color. The fact that you were more so willing to throw him under the bus and exploit him in stereotypes within the Black community for what you call good TV. Girl, I'm so glad you're not renewing your contract, because baby, you are burning it down. You are burning it down. Child. And then she questions who greenlit this. Whoo! She said, if you have diversity consultants affiliated that you keep telling us over and over about, and I even praise the fact that you had them, why is this still happening? If the Bachelor franchise has shown us anything, it's that they don't know how to protect people of color. They only know how to exploit them. They only know how to mishandle situations when it comes to race. That's what they've shown us time after time after time again. Girl, she said, to add to it, everything that is surrounding this franchise right now, you still thought that you could talk about race when race is such a hot topic right now with The Bachelor, and not in a positive way, but in the way that you've handled it, and the way that people involved with your franchise, the way they have mishandled it. They thought we're going to redeem ourselves with this conversation. Terrible. And this is why I always go back to this. You got to have a person of color in the decision room. If I had been in there, absolutely not. Ciao. What else did she say? That's all. Ciao. Didn't I say all of this? Didn't I say all of this? Why would you put that conversation like this? This show, first of all, the way it started off wrong, right? Because within the first couple of minutes, what is the first thing that they're doing? Chastising Black women, right? Remember? Oh wait, oh my God, I got a super chat. Dude, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at my screen. Yolande, thank you for the super chat. Yolande said producers could have cut out his dad, but kept that in. But they can cut out Rachel talking about that she acknowledges color. Damn, producers, you better read. Thank you, Yolande. Then we got another super chat from Nellie. Nellie said, between Rachel L., Stacey Abrams, Meghan Markle, and the African Angels, institutions are crumbling. Crumbling. Thank you so much, Nellie. Thank you so much, Nellie. But didn't I say that? I was just like, why would y'all have this conversation when y'all had so many issues already? You start off chastising Black women, right? Then you give the women of color on the show. Thank you, Bachelor Data, because that's a good follow. I follow them on Instagram. Great follow. Thank you to whoever suggested them to me. Then you give the women of color on the show far less screen time. Then you give the white women on the show, and you give more screen time to the one white woman who was at freaking plantation parties. And then you have this conversation with Matt and his father. Guys, I wasn't shocked. Like, of course, you saw it in the trailer, but even if I didn't see his Matt seeing his father in the trailer, I would have already known that this conversation was going to come up. How I knew is because Matt had been leading with the fact that his father was not in his life in almost every damn conversation he had on the show with the women. So I knew absentee daddy was going to pop up. I just knew that was happening. I could have never predicted how terrible the conversation would have been. And Matt, I hope you and your dad are in a good place. You humiliated that man on TV. And again, I'm not saying that you don't need to have that conversation with your dad. This was just not the place to have it. This was not the place to have it, especially on a show that has race issues, that have never, you saw what they did to Rachel. They don't know how to have these conversations. They're just not equipped to do it. Like Rachel said, you humiliated that man. That man was crying, sweat beads all on his damn head. I felt so bad when he said to him, I don't want to talk about that, son. I thought I was coming here to celebrate you. The reason why I felt so bad for two reasons. One, it was just pain. Like you could see that he was shocked and just embarrassed, right? And knowing that this is going to be on national TV, particularly to an audience that does not look like him, right? The second thing that really hurt me about that was when his dad said to him, I came here to celebrate you. That let me know that that's how they got him to come on the show. That is what was said to him, that a producer called him and let him know that, hey, you're going to be coming on the show. And basically all you're going to be doing is like talking to Matt, celebrating him in his victory of becoming the first Black bachelor. And he's like, oh, you know, dad is probably like, oh yeah, my son, I'm so proud of him. That's what that man thought he was coming there to do. He did not know that he was going to be the face of Black absentee fathers in the world. And he is. That's what he became. Your dad owes you a huge apology, Matt. So do you. You owe your pops an apology. That was just wrong. And another thing that bothers me is next week, I talked about it in my Bachelor live. Next week, they're going to put his mother up. They're going to put his mother up like she is the Lord Jesus Christ. She is the one that stayed. Like you don't, like it doesn't look like Matt's parents are divorced. You wouldn't know that he has divorced parents, right? It would seem like he has a mother who got pregnant by a Black man who, as soon as he saw responsibilities, he fled and he didn't want to be a part of his life. Not something that's very normal for a lot of people to have parents who are divorced and you are being raised by them separately with the mother who has full custody, having more time with you than the dad because you're living with her 60% of the time and you're probably seeing your dad on the weekends or over the summers. That is normal for a lot of us. But that's not how this story was told to us, which is why yesterday I felt like there were a lot of things being left out that was not making sense. Today, it's just, unfortunately, a very normal situation to have divorced parents who raised you separately, especially with the mother having full custody and basically more time with you. That's pretty normal. But to make it seem like your mother was just thrown, into, the perils of motherhood because this Black daddy couldn't handle his responsibilities. He was dead wrong. He even said, I was wrong for cheating on your mother. He ain't say, he was wrong for creating other families while he was with her. And we don't even know if that was the case. But he apologized for his wrongdoings. Again, that conversation should have happened with him and your mama. because you were fighting battles for your mom towards your dad. That's another thing. Stay in a child's place. Stay out of your parents' business and let them fix that. Who are you? Who are you to get involved in this? Now you got an opinion on their relationship and you was a damn child. Stay in a child's place. Anyway, I just thought it was extremely disrespectful. And now he is over here feeling some sort of way and feeling bad about doing it to his father. Oh, God. This is what I want to say about Matt, because I feel like he's having an awakening now. And I ain't even going front. I have a family member who had this kind of awakening. It could go one or two ways, right? The Great Black Awakening. You can either have this awakening and still remain who you are, just have a more defined lens on what this world is and how you have to walk through it. You could do that. Or you could go way left, where you're changing your name, speaking in a certain kind of language that, let's be real, y'all know where in Africa it came from. Y'all just pulled from nations and made this language. Y'all speaking of these things. You're the first people of every, like, there's always some truth to the whole tepery, but it always goes way left. So I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing some things, and I'm just like, are you in the beginning stages? Are you in the beginning stages? Are you about to move to Ghana? Matt, you are a Black man. You don't have to go that far, brother. Just stay with us, because I'm starting to see some things, and I'm like, I think he about to have that awakening. And I just got my cousin, child, I didn't want to say who it was, but I just got this family member back. Like, he was gone for a while. And it was like, okay, we love you too. All right. Okay. I shouldn't have a period because I have a period because of slavery. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Happy holidays. I'm going to cut you off. So listen, I see him going this way. Rachel, I know you've done a lot of work. It's very exhausting. Watch him, sis. Watch him. Because when he start them posts, he's a post away. He is a post away. And all of my Black people who have had a family member start to trend this way, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it on the Instagram. Little concern. So Rachel, Lindsay, keep your eyes on them. Keep your eyes on them. Love by You said he really didn't grow up in Blackness. He grew up with his white side. All his friends are white. He played sports. Yeah, he's going to need therapy for real. Absolutely. Absolutely. He really, really is. K. Smith, I ain't want to say it. As soon as Matt started posting about alkaline diets, we have lost him. We have lost him. Guys, I'm telling you, my cousin was going for a good 4 years. A good 4 years. He started dressing like Africa Mubata. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. And, I get it, right? But I was like, okay, you drifting, bro. He finally changed his name back. You know what I mean? He had like this name where he was African Queen Rashad, Ghanaian, Ivory Coast. It was a lot. It was a lot. And it happens, right? It happens when your Blackness is stripped away and you just start reaching for things to give you some sense of belonging. But this is the thing. You already belong. You already have the experience. All you have to do is open up your eyes to things because you see it, you feel it. When everybody says, especially my people, when we say something was telling me, it was your ancestors, baby. Or the trauma that is in your bloodline telling you that ain't the thing to do. right? So it's already there. You don't have to reach to such extremes. Because as somebody who has witnessed it happen, it's a dark road and a long journey. It's going to take you a while to get back. So I'm just saying, as soon as he starts posting about them alkaline diets, we've lost him. But I'm telling you, I'm looking at his page right now, and I'm just like, oh Lord, he about to be in front of somebody's bus stop screaming, "We was kings." And it's gonna be my fault. It's gonna be all the Black reviewers. This is what you wanted. Now look at Matt. Nope. I'm telling him not to go that far. Not to go that far. Oh, he's back though, guys. He's back. He's back. He's claimed his name again. He's back. Oh, as soon as Alkaline dies and Dr. Umar. When he starts posting Dr. Umar clips, he's gone. Oh yeah, his brother, Paris. His brother is gorgeous. His brother is gorgeous. No, Serenity. No, they are right, but you know that's like the first sign. I'm partly on the alkaline diet myself, so I'm not trashing it. I'm just saying that's one of the main things. That diet gets him every time. Don't be, guys. Nika said, I was talking to this guy while he was going through a Hopetep phase, and he told me to stop wearing tracks and wear braids. Like he tried to tell me about my hair. It happens. It happens. But, you know, it innocently happens, right? You know what I mean? Because we as a people, especially African Americans, we as a people, our culture is very young, right? And the basis of our culture is taking from what our ancestors remember from the land that they were stolen from and like passing it down. But we've been taken from so many different cultures within Africa that we are just like a hodgepodge of that on this land and creating new things from that. So when your history starts genocide, you kind of feel a little bit of shame in that. And I'm only saying that because I've went through that, right? And it happens with so many of us. So we start reaching for stuff, even if it doesn't quite make sense, you reach for it because although it's so out of this world, at least it's not close to my truth, which is my culture was started off of genocide. Like that trauma is within all of us, you know? So I get it. I understand not trashing people who have to go that way. Listen, I was on my way there in college. College will make you do some things. The racism in college, whoo, child. So I get it. I'm not trashing it. I'm just saying, Matt, I see something. I see something. And what I don't want you to do is beat Tyler up because Tyler may say the wrong thing. And the next thing you know, child, y'all not sharing that penthouse anymore. Anyway, we talked about Rachel. We've talked about Matt. Let's talk about Chris Harrison. You know, let me actually get the quote that I was just like, dude. Because I watched the interview. And I want to say this. We're just going to start. I'm going to start here with Chris Harrison in this interview, right? The first thing I'm going to say about this, he's not getting his job back. You, baby, you are done. Chris Harrison is done. Here's why. This interview with, I keep on wanting to call him Mike Jones. What is this man's name? I am so sorry. Why do I keep on wanting to call him Mike Jones? Michael Strahan. Michael, I'm sorry. I don't know why I want to call you Mike Jones. Anyway, Chris, this was your opportunity. This was your opportunity to get your job back. And I would have rather you not say anything than do this interview. It just fell flat. It didn't do what he needed the interview to do, which is get the trust of everyone, especially the community that you have offended and harmed with your comments. I just don't think he did it. I just don't think he did it. Here's why. I'm going to read what he said first. So, when Strahan asked him about the interview and, him defending Rachel Kirkernel, Sundown Town Rachel, he says, I am an imperfect man. I made a mistake and I own that. I believe that mistake doesn't reflect who I am or what I stand for. I'm committed to progress, not just for myself, also for the franchise. And this is a franchise that has been a part of my life for the better part of 20 years. And I love it. He says, antebellum parties are not okay. Past, present, future. Knowing what that represents is unacceptable. I am saddened and shocked at how insensitive I was in that interview with Rachel Lindsay. I can't believe I didn't speak against antebellum parties, what they stand for. I didn't say it then, and I want to say it now. Those parties are not okay, past, present, and future, and I didn't speak from my heart. And that is to say that I stand against all form of racism, and I am deeply sorry to Rachel Lindsay and the Black community. To anyone who is throwing hate towards Rachel Lindsay, please stop. It's unacceptable. I sought out leading. That's okay. I'm going to read this, but then we're going to get back to this. I sought out leading scholars, teachers, faith leaders, and people like Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, who I'm grateful for. And I've also been working closely with the race educator. What the hell is that? Strategist. I thank them all, but Dr. Dyson often talks to me about counsel, not cancel. And that is full accountability. Understanding what you didn't understand, owning that, learning from that, seeking counsel often in the community that you hurt, learning from them, listening, gaining experience, knowledge, and moving forward. He said, I plan to come back and I want to be back. And I think this franchise can be an important beacon of change. I know that change is felt not just by me, but by many others. And we are excited and willing to do the work to start the progress. This interview is not the finish line. There is much more work to be done, and I am excited to be a part of that change. Here is what I'll say about the interview as a whole. Why I think he's not going to get his job back. In the interview, he lacked all kinds of passion, right? And we have seen how passionate he can get. Mr. Who are you? Who are you? Was it acceptable then? It was acceptable in 2018. It's not acceptable now, Rachel. You and the woke army. You are real passionate defending plantation parties. But now in this interview, you're like this robot of yourself. Honestly, it looked like he was lobotomized. He was just like, I am an imperfect man. That is not who I am. I want to be back. I want to be a part of that change. Racism is wrong. Like he was reading off of some type of teleprompter that the race strategist wrote for him. It just did not seem like it was his honest, raw heart or emotion. And he showed all of that when he was trying to defend racism. And now you come here with this real manicured apology. And then at the end, telling us that you plan on coming back. Right? So it's not even that you're going to sit out or, the show may go another way. You haven't even left that open. You're informing us that, oh, I messed up, but I'm coming back. He needed, first of all, he needed to leave the last part out because it just lets us know that you're saying this because of your job. You're not saying this because you really mean it. Also, where is your passion? Where is your passion? You have all of that passion defending racism, yet you have no passion when you're defending being anti-racist. That is a problem. that was a problem for me, and it was a problem for Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan was just like, it seemed very impersonal, and it just seemed like he was just saying it just to, I think he said just to get his job back. I do have the interview, but I can't play it because they are going to mess your girl up. But basically, Michael Strahan didn't believe him either. He didn't believe him either. He said only time will tell, but the apology just did not seem sincere. It basically did not seem sincere. And honestly, I wanted to know how that interview was set up, because it seemed like to me that there was a screen with Chris speaking, and then there was Michael Strahan sitting, at the Good Morning America studios, but it didn't seem like it all went together, because it did not seem like a conversation. It appeared as if Michael Strahan sent Chris the questions. Chris responded to the questions, but they were pre-recorded and it was edited like it was an interview, because it just didn't seem like a flowy conversation. And I feel like the same format, the same energy, the same passion that you had when you did the wrong, you need to have that and more when you're trying to right that wrong. It just fell flat for me, and I did not feel like it was the way to go, and I don't believe him. I think that he's doing and saying all of this because he feels like he has to do this for his job. That's what it's giving me. And that's the problem, Chris Harrison, because we have to trust you as the host. We have to trust you with this process. And if the Bachelor Nation wants to remain a diverse show, then you are, let's be quite honest here, you are the fairy godfather. You are the one taking these contestants through the process, and people of color don't trust you. So unless it's a white bachelorette or a white bachelor, fine. But if it's somebody who's a person of color, we're always going to be triggered by the fact that you are the person leading them through the process, knowing that that's how you really think and feel. Why do we think that? Because we saw you in two totally different moments. One, you were fighting to the death about. You were cussing out the first Black bachelorette to defend this ignorance. And then when we see you trying to make amends, there's nothing there. Nothing to make us feel comfortable or believe, or for me, to make me feel comfortable or believe that you actually realized that what you did was wrong. Like, I think he realized that what he said and did was wrong for his job, but I still feel like those are his personal beliefs, and I don't want to put a person of color in his hands through this process. Before I go on, I got a super chat from Proshian. Hey, Proshian. Proshian said, Nikki, hope you all are having a good day. Just wanted to say hi. Hi, my love. Thank you so much. Thank you, Proshian. So that's my thought on that. Let me get to the end, and then we will chat about it. This is the next part that I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that he sought out leaders, teachers, scholars, faith leaders, and he pointed out Dr. Michael Eric Dyson. Black people, why are you always so available to redeem a white person when they do a racist? Why are you always so available? I'm always weary of like Black, celebrities, political figures, faith leaders, scholars, teachers who are always available to redeem a white person when they do something extremely, like not even extremely, just racist, period, right? I feel the same way about women who are always ready to redeem a man when they have harmed a woman in some way. Some kind of visible woman who's just like, well, I've talked to him and I believe that he's changed. I don't think he'll be raping any more women. I don't trust y'all. I do not trust y'all. And Eric Dyson, the fact that you put yourself in this position lets me know that you hurting for a coin. Oh, you hurting for a good coin. I guess because, they're not filming a lot of, talk shows, and you can't go on Maury Povich and Dr. Phil. You need some money So now you are going to be the dude to redeem Chris Harrison. And he's going to continue to use your name when he says, I said some dumb racist stuff. I'm not that guy anymore. Here's a Negro to confirm it. You a fool. You a fool. I cannot stand Black people or women who put themselves in a position to be the one that says, oh, this person is no longer this way against our people. I know, I've trained them. Choke on bleach. Choke on bleach. Get away from me. I do not trust you. I do not trust you. This is all coin. This is all, you are always so ready and available. Why? Why? Money. Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass, they're going to jump you in the afterlife, and you deserve it. You deserve it all. You will not be welcome to the kingdom. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I smacked my hand so hard. So disgusted by Eric Dyson. So disgusted. Anybody, I just, why are you always so available? Why are you always so available? Two of my besties, right? Do I just have two? Three. Oh my God. I have one best friend. And it's not, I don't know. I don't know why it is. I always forget that she's white. I remember one time I was talking to, we were like all hanging out. And I said, oh yeah, because two of my white friends are, and I don't know what I was talking about, but I was talking about something. And I had three white friends there. And one of my white friends was just like, it's three of us. And he was so pissed off. And I was like, what? He was like, you always forget about her. Susanna, I call the girl who I call my twin. He's like, you always forget about her. She's white, Nikki. And I was like, oh, yes. It's just a slip of the mind. I don't know why. I think because I don't know what it is. I don't know what, Susanna, I don't know why I never think that you're white. I don't know. I always forget it. Like, I know she's white. I just feel like I forget it. Are we just so comfortable with each other? I don't know. I'm not going to try to make excuses, but I always forget, right? But if any of my white friends did some racist stuff, they know not to call me. You think I'm going to put myself up and be like, listen, I know that, this white person kicked a Black child across the street. They wouldn't kick my Black child. Like, how dumb do I sound? How dumb do I sound? What I'll be like is, oh, girl, you messed up. Oh, you messed up big time. Yeah, you got to fix that. You got to fix that. Why you call me? What you doing calling me? You know I'm not the girl. You know what? Since you called, let's talk about this racist thing that you did. What happened there? What's in your heart? Have you always felt like this? Would you have done that to me? Like, that's a whole different conversation. Come on. You want redemption? Not from this Black chick. Absolutely not. Go through that, because at the end of the day, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And you'll be worse off if you never learn from this lesson, if you're redeemed right away. Because you're always going to have this idea that I can keep on doing these things because there'll always be a Negro that I can pay that will redeem me in the spotlight. Fool. Choke on bleach. That's it for me. Let's chit chat about batch chat. Hey, Tracy. Priya said this is going to be a 3-hour batch chat. Is it? What time is it? What time did we started at 12? Let me wrap this up. Ashley said, not the Black child across the street. Christine said, if we're being honest, that's likely the space Matt has always had to operate from, which is why he was so surprised it happened to him. I like more, I don't know what you're talking about, Tracy. I'm sorry. KT said, Nikki, what would you like to see happen on after the final rose? Earth Kiss, I'm going to get to your comment. What would I like to see happen after the final rose? Of course, I want, there has to be some kind of apologies. From the way Matt is looking, I don't know what he's going to say. I don't know if he's going to start off the conversation with, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Hotep, listen. I don't know what he's going to say. But I would like definitely an apology, definitely an acknowledgement of everything that went wrong this season, from the chastisement of Black viewers, especially Black women, to bringing his father on and embarrassing him like that, to and then Rachel had to say something. I don't think Matt has to apologize for Rachel. He was unaware of that. We were all unaware of that until messy TikTok, right? So that's what I think should happen. I don't think we should have any kind of apology for what Rachel has done towards Matt, but I would like an apology and a if we can have a real honest conversation about it, do that. But from the host on down to this show, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that they're, like Rachel said, I don't think this show is equipped to do that. Just apologize and, try to do better, attempt to do better. I'm not expecting much, but the mess that happened this season needs to be acknowledged. Period. Period. Let's get to Earth Kiss. Earth Kiss said, Black people, let's stop doing the work for these people. These white folks, girl, they're in the room. Hey, Caucasian, NikkiStar TV family. Earth Kiss. These white folks gotta want to learn, y'all. We even the token Black person, when it comes to educating people on Black values, nah, I'm good. Yeah, it's not I always say it, it's not the position of the oppressor to educate the oppressed. So I got to tell you about the harm you're doing to me, like you don't know what you're doing. Liz a liar. We got a super chat from Christine. Hey, Christine. Christine, thank you. Christine said this conversation has been exceptional. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. Yep, El Boogie. El Boogie said Lauren Zima is standing next to Malcolm and praying at Mecca. Listen, Lauren, what you gonna do? Are you gonna stand by your man? Stand by your man. He got a good coin from this show. You know what I mean? But girl, if it ever affects your job, bounce. We got a super chat from whom? Hey, Nelly. Nelly said, on your live last week, my dad was having triple bypass heart surgery, and I needed the distraction and laugh. Nelly, thank you for everything. He is up and well. Praise God. Amen. Thank you, Nelly, for the super chat. And this is for your daddy. We so happy he doing well. Let him know. You go ahead, Dad. We're so happy for you. Thank you again, Nelly. Thank you so much. Yeah, KT, but that's what I would like to see happen on after the final rose. Miss Brown Sugar said, on one hand, Michael Eric Dyson. I was like, who was mad? Michael Eric Dyson is always doing the most to grab a headline and more attention. On the other hand, was the name drop Dyson's doing, or just Chris trying to get some cover for himself? Absolutely, it's both. Like, Eric is helping Chris do the work, but he wants people to know, right? Because he's going to make a good coin off of white people who mess up in the media, reaching out to him to be rehabilitated. And basically, they're just going to pay him to say, oh, they're not racist anymore, they're not, doing that racist thing anymore. Absolutely, it's that. Like, he wants his name out there because this means more money for him. All money ain't good money, but to Eric it is, right? And Chris did that to say, listen, I reached out to a Black person and they're helping me be better. So when I get my job back, I'll be a better person. Listen, I always use myself as an example because I do believe that people can change. I honestly believe that. But one, you have to want to change, and you already have to have it in you to be a better person. I always, I say it all the time, but if you don't know, I'm a Christian, right? And I grew up in a extremely misogynistic and homophobic church, right? It wasn't until high school that I started to not challenge my beliefs, but act on those challenges, because I was already challenging it, right? Because real weird for me, the church was very homophobic, but like I had a lot of gay friends at the church. So it was just very weird. My godfather, who a family member is of the LGBTQ community. So I'm just saying, let me back out of there. So I'm just saying, like, I was raised around gay people and had very great relationships with gay people of all the, like, within the spectrum, right? So my outside life was very different than my church life. So one of this teaching was coming through over the pulpit, right? But then, like, within school and family and daycare, like, mainly everybody was gay. So there was like always a I don't know how to explain it, but it's something where I would be sitting in church and and homophobic things would be taught over the pulpit. It always, like, the only way I can explain it is like it hit me right here, like somebody was punching me in the chest and my breath was being taken away. And it made me uncomfortable, very uncomfortable, and like sick to my stomach. And I knew it was wrong. I knew what was being said to me was wrong. But especially as a woman, especially as a young woman in church, you're taught that you're not important, right? So your voice is not important. So I never felt comfortable voicing it. I never felt comfortable challenging it until I got a bit older, right? But when I got into high school, I started to act on the beliefs that I started to have, because I was just like, I don't believe it. Like, it's not impacting my spirit. My spirit is like rejecting this. So something is not right here. I know, the pastor and the bishops and everybody is, supposed to be God's voice, and they're all right, but something is just not sitting right with me. As I got older, I, realized, the manipulation and all the things that happen within church for control and over money and all of that stuff, right? I got it. But it was already in me that something wasn't right. If that ain't in you, I don't know if the work could be done. So we don't know if that's in Chris. We don't know if what he was saying, like while he was saying those things to Rachel, that something was going on in his spirit. He was like a struggle, and it was just like, this isn't right. This is, I know that this is what you believe, but it's not connecting here. So something is going on. You have to have that. If that's not in you, the work can't be done, because you just don't believe or feel like, when your heart is lining up with these evil beliefs, I don't know if work can be done. So listen, everybody, I believe that everybody can change. You have to want to, you have to believe it, and it has to be something in you that you acknowledge and recognize that this is just not okay. And it has to be stronger than your beliefs. If it's not, you in danger, girl. You in danger. So Chris can change, but who knows? Who knows? Oh, Miss Brown Sugar said, Miss Nikki, you are Miss Nikki, excuse me. You are speaking my life exactly, knowing that something ain't right. And then not until later being able to name it. Yup, label it and fight it. Look at us. Look at us growing up and doing better. Oh, yes. Abigail said this whole season has been so embarrassing. Are you not embarrassed, Chris Harrison? Christine C said Chris doesn't seem interested in changing based on his follow-up. That's what bothered me, guys. I just didn't believe him. I didn't believe him because he just has so much passion fighting racism. Fighting Rachel, who was like, this is hurt. I'm hurt by this. This is wrong. Even when Rachel was like, what if I went to that party? What would happen to me? And he was like, oh, Rachel, like just overlooking and just not understanding that there's something really wrong about this plantation party. And a Black woman is saying to you, what would happen if I went there and you are getting mad at her? I don't know if he got it in him. I just said, I don't know. He could, but I don't know. Can we send Nikki out here preaching, set people free? Get free! Get free! Actually, just to be quite, just to sum it all up, that they're demonically possessed and they're going to hell. Typical Christian stuff. Which is why I call myself a Black liberal millennial Christian. I got to put all these titles so people can know I love the Lord, but I ain't an ignorant demon. Yes, KT said racism has many levels of ignorance, many levels and layers of ignorance. Absolutely. And ignorance. Absolutely. We got a super chat from who? Who we got a super chat from? Hey, Maze Rose. Beautiful name. Maze said, I grew up in that same culture, those same things taught. It's hard to change, to reteach yourself, and to still embrace Christianity. Yes, Maze. Yes, I'm in the middle of that now, and I appreciate your example. Oh, thank you so much. It's hard. It's hard. It really, really is. It's going to take a while. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Just keep growing. Keep growing. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, it takes some time, but like that's what I'm saying. Like I had that conflict. I had the internal conflict for years because I'm just like, how is this person who you're saying is demonically possessed and is going to hell treating me or like showing me more kindness and humanity than the people that I'm going to church with, than the people that I'm, getting the word preached to me over. Like it didn't make sense to me. And you know what I say? Y'all know what I always say, when it don't make sense, it's either wrong or a lie. Both, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm at peace with where I'm at in my faith, and I believe I'm on the right track. It is what it is. Simply someone said the book of Nikki, chapter 3, 10 through 22. Read it. As soon as you open up my Bible, glitter falls out. You're like, oh, you're going to be blessed today. Oh, Nikki said everyone needs to be checked. I was checked in high school. Absolutely. Like if you like stop learning at a certain age, I feel sorry for you because everybody is going to get it wrong. You have to always have that desire and want to be better. If that's there, which is like, oh my God, I did this. I said, what? I mean, okay. Because listen, we grow up in different places. You know what I mean? Like we all don't grow up around people who have like different ideas and cultures and lifestyles. That just comes with growing and traveling and education. You meet different people, you learn some stuff, and you just do better. That's life. I don't think you should take something so personal if you do something wrong, because I used to deal with that. Maze, listen, you're going to deal with a lot of guilt. You're going to feel bad. A lot of that is going to, cloud your brain for a very long time. I'm telling you, let it go. Let it go, especially if you were young. Let it go. When you were a child, you spake as a child. When you grew up, you put away childish things. Like, let it go. Don't beat yourself up. You know better and you do better. That's life. Don't beat yourself up, girl. I'm going to make it out, Boogie. Earth Kiss said, I know that Matt is looking at Tyler like, what did you get me into? Thank you, because this could have been Tyler's season, and we would not be having these conversations. Tyler, did you know the show was messy? You going to put your friend on it. That's right, Wendy. I'm with you. Education is key. Absolutely. Yeah, Bria said Chris is in deep with his beliefs, especially about the woke police. It's going to take a while before change can happen. Yeah, because that's a part of your vocabulary. Why? Just like I'm not going to say what he said because I'm a good person, or at least trying to be. Myers Leonard, right? I don't know if y'all know about this basketball player, but I don't know what it is about these men that play these games, these streaming games. I don't know why y'all always get like why like racist terminology is always at the tip of your tongue when you're playing these games. Are the games racist? Like, what is going on? Anyway, so he was playing this game and he recorded himself. Idiot. Recorded himself playing the game, like streaming or whatever. And he was shooting somebody in the game. And he said to one of the people he was shooting, like, get out of my way, you K. It's the K word that is a old slur used to describe Jewish people. He said, like, was it like K bastard or something like that? It was he used a slur, he added something else to it. And then the person he was playing against tweeted it. This idiot retweets it to his millions of followers. That's why God made women. Men are not smart. Men are not smart. He retweets it and people are watching the video and like, what the hell is wrong with you? I said all that to say, he around somebody that's real racist. He is around some old time racist to pull that terminology out, that slur out of your mouth in a heated exchange. Oh, baby. We need to look into your grandpappy or your great grandpappy and see what's going on in his basement. Let's start opening up some of his little figurines and see what's under there. Let's see if he got a little secret door and see what we gonna find. Because how the hell are you somebody 30 years old and you're using that term? It's just like so like, you know what it reminded me of? Unfortunately, it reminded me of years ago when he was a child. I ain't mad at him because somebody told him that. Justin Bieber, he was caught like singing like these old time like racist jingles about Black people. Like these things were like sung and like created in like the 1920s. And I think he was like 13 at the time. He was caught on video like singing a few of these jingles. And when I saw that video, I said, oh, you got a racist great grandpappy or grandma, because there's no way that you, a child, knows that song without somebody who was was singing that back then, teaching that to you. Same thing with that Myers guy. Oh, somebody taught you that. Somebody, real racist, real evil, taught you that terminology. So that's the thing. That stuff be taught. And it's not dying out. Them old people is making sure the new generation knows what's going down, baby. When I watched that video, I was just like, why? Why is that on the tip of your tongue? That's like real Nazi German. Child. That was real weird. M. Jones said, did any of those phobic misogynistics in your church lose their jobs for preaching hate? No, some died and some came out. Welcome to the church. Welcome to the church. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I was like, ooh, somebody real old around you. Somebody real old, because you know, we got a lot of hold on. There is an old dude who just got like locked up. Like they found out that this old man was a Nazi. That he was like fighting in Nazi Germany and he fled to the US and he just, rebranded in the South, and nobody knew until I think somebody did like a genealogy test and they found him. And the feds found Pops and locked him up. I'm like, he 98, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all keep on doing these DNA tests, y'all gonna get your family locked up. We about to find some serial killers. We about to find family members that we never needed to connect with. Some lady was talking about it on Twitter, how she was doing a DNA that genealogy test or whatever, and she found her family, right? But she didn't know that she had people who in her family who are white, because she's a black woman, she comes from a black family, and she found like they linked their tree together, right? What she didn't know was that this was a black family who was passing for white. So when the genealogy or whatever linked their DNA chain together, their family tree together, the lady who she linked with, who has been passing for white, tried to unlink her. She said, "You're not going to expose me," but they don't allow you to do that. So she could not unlink, but she was like sending emails and saying, "Can you unlink me from her?" That's how she found out she had, well, not white family members, but people who were passing. And it was, oh gosh, if I could find that Twitter thread, I will retweet it, but I was dying. That lady said, "Oh, hell no. You're not going to put me in that tree. I'm a white woman." Oh, race is terrible, but yet hysterical. Oh, they cut them off because they're white passing? Oh, no, you got to use your white passing family as an advantage. Yeah, we use our white family members. I told y'all to check out apartments for us. Go with us to get a car. Oh, no, you got to use them as informants. Don't cut them off. Hey, JK9316, miss you. We're going to have a lot of passing stories now. We'll have a lot of passing stories, a lot of stories about multiracial people, specifically biracial people who are black and white. We're going to have a lot of that now. I think that Meghan Markle, I think what's happening to her with the royal family, we're going to get a lot of stories like that. Christine C said, "Child, I messed around and did an ancestry test and folks found out they were not the father. Oops. We all laugh now, though." See what I'm saying? I'm not messing with that. I'm not messing with that. Wendy Sims said, "Maybe it's because my grandmother raised me and was a church woman, didn't allow cursing at all, but I have no urge to use any slurs, while the N-word is in my vocab, but nothing else." Sippy Simone said, "I remember that about Bieber. He sang it along with his song and acted out a chainsaw." Yep, saying the N-word. It was real creepy, but I'm wise enough to know that he didn't, he learned that. Nobody's singing these 1920, like, unless you have somebody older in your life teaching you this stuff, ain't nobody, that age thinking of that song. And everybody was coming down on him, right? And I'm just like, you fools, why are y'all trying to come down on the child? I want to know who taught him. That's my target. Who taught him that song? They coming down on the child and he's releasing statements. "I'm not racist." Oh, baby, you're 12. We know. Who taught you the song? That's what I need. Who is it? Who is it? Expose them. Oh, absolutely, Miss Brown Sugar. Yes, Jen. Tony said, "Try telling my mom she's a white Jewish woman and she has dementia." And she's like, "No, I'm black." I said, "Lady, you white." She got mad at me. Sippy Simone says, "Speaking of Meghan, one of her actress friends have come out saying she has receipts on the royal racism. The kingdom is coming down." Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, we will talk about that. You know what? Let me know, because I was going to do an edited review because there's so much information and I didn't want to be here for 3 hours like we normally are. Oh my gosh. What camera night? But let me know if you would rather I do a live or an edited review of the Meghan Markle and her husband interview, just because there's so much stuff that just keeps on coming out, and I'm like, this could either be a 40-minute video or a 3-hour long live. Let me know what y'all want. Thumbs up if you want it live. No thumbs down. Just give me a thumbs up, and I will rate thumbs up. So far, we got one. Oh, y'all telling me you want to lie. Oh, okay, so y'all want to lie. Laugh. All right, guys. Clear your schedules. We're going to have a lot of long lives this week and next week because I'm doing a Married at First Sight live. Then I'm going to do, we're going to do the live for Meghan Markle and her husband. We'll do that. And then next week, Bachelor. We're going to be here for a minute. Speaking of a minute, let me get out of here. Thank you all. It'll be alive. So what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Married at First Sight. What is today? Today is Wednesday. So tomorrow is Married at First Sight. I'll do it on Friday. How about that? So I'll do a live on Friday for Harry and Meghan. I'll do that. Yeah, Jen, it's a mess. I'm glad we both got out of it. Before I get out of here, I want to answer this question from Donna. Donna said, who would you like to see on Bachelor in Paradise? I need Ivan, Damar, Riley, Dr. Joe, Brendan, and my work husband, Ben, and all of the BIPOC from this season. I'm there with you. I want that too, Donna. So we're on the same page. I'm right there with you. Abigail said, honey, we are in a Panera Bread. We don't have nowhere to be. That's right. That's right. Oh, no, Kimberly, Love After Lockup is in the evening. I'm going to do this live, the Harry and Meghan interview. I'm going to do that live at 12 on Friday. So I'll do 2 lives on Friday. So one in the afternoon and one in the evening. That's what we will do. So we'll discuss it together. Anyway, let me get out of here. I got to run some errands and wash this here. I've been avoiding it, but it has to be done. Anyway, love y'all. Thank y'all so much for spending time with me. Thank you for taking time out of your day to stop by NikkiStar TV. I love you all. And I will see you tomorrow, if you're interested, for Married at First Sight. Love you, fam. Bye. Mwah. Oh, God, Matt. Matt is going to go full Hotep. I can feel it. I can feel it. He hot with that beard, though. We're not going to lie.